One of the main reasons we play video games is that they can transport us into a very believable alternate world. Sometimes these worlds are straight up beautiful. The Forest of Cyrodiil in the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, the hamlet named Bowerstone in Fable, or every bit of The Witcher 3. Other times the world is just an accurate reflection of where we live. Take Grand Theft Auto V's Los Santos, for instance. In GTA 5, it's easy to get caught up in the rinse and repeat structure of gameplay. You complete a mission, you explore around a little, maybe listen to the radio on the way to the next area. But sometimes we experience a moment when we find ourselves getting into a state of flow. We feel ourselves becoming part of the very game world. Something mundane like taking a taxi and not skipping the ride can trigger that feeling of involvement in the game world. The city envelops you, overlooking and playing witness to each of the player's actions. Then add to this the excellent in-game radio and the world feels truly alive. This beautifully detailed city is then further brought to life by the people living within it. They imitate us, their exaggerated behavior mocks us, and yet it tends to resemble us very closely. What we as a people have become, the ways in which technology has influenced our cultural evolution, our body language, our daily concerns, our priorities, all of them are laid out before us in the form of these pedestrians filling the streets. And they act as a mirror, reflecting our real selves.
It's my body, it's my life, and I love them both. Somebody is on the other line.
This further amplifies the feeling of actually existing in this world, blurring the line between simulation and reality. But it's not just the accuracy. The game is undeniably beautiful. The atmosphere, the feeling of presence, and a sense of place created in every location is very strong. Each vista looks different and unique, changing in colors and mood as the day passes by. The contrast in atmosphere encountered is striking. Compare riding a bicycle down the mountains on a sunny day to that same bike ride taken down the wet, shiny streets of the brightly lit city of Los Santos. We find mountains and trees replaced with skyscrapers and animals giving way to people chattering on their smartphones. The fact that such a huge range of atmospheric experiences can exist within the same game world creates an experience that can very closely mirror real life. The game world excels in the distinction of vertical layers as well. Skyscrapers overlook the flyovers, under which run another layer of roads, and under that you've got the underground subway network. But it's not only infrastructural. These layers hide within them the separate sections of society with different atmospheres and paces of life. What really adds to the immersion, giving us that feeling of actually living in the city, are the tiny details that most of us won't even pay attention to during our playthrough. This is the dirty stuff: pipes, concrete blocks, lights, portable toilets, sewage lines, construction sites, those things which give the feeling that the city is growing, and it isn't just some pre-built static thing. A personal favorite experience is to drive down the highway at night in a nice car playing some good music. You do this for a while and you really begin to feel part of the world. The traffic is passing you by, everybody's living their own lives, maybe they're going home after work, heading out for the evening. Taking it real slow in the game, walking around the streets or riding a bike is also a great way to get this experience. So this game does a lot of things that fool your brain into believing that it's in the real world. Why does this all feel so beautiful, though? It's actually difficult to determine, and we can really only guess. There are those who argue that life, or the universe itself, is a simulation, and even if that is just a theory, in regards to experience specifically, there isn't much to differentiate life from a simulation. In both games and in life, we experience events with the help of some or all of our senses, and there is a beginning and an end, before and after which we can't experience anything. When we take part in activities in life, our brains or hormones react to them. Ride a bike down an open road and we feel exhilarated. Watch the sun setting over the skyline and we find it beautiful. Listen to music while taking part in these activities and the experience is enhanced. So what happens when you ride a bike down an open road within a game and that game happens to be very realistic? Well, our brains react in similar ways. And so watching the sun setting over Los Santos can bring forth an alternate version of the feelings that we'd get watching the real thing. It's almost like a warped or mutated version of the feelings and experience of the actual event. This is by no means a replacement for the thrills of real life. In fact, it's something else, like an alternate or altered state experience. A very realistic, immersive game brings you close to reality, but then it throws you off on a tangent into an unexplored state of beauty. So what's to say that life is any more real than a game? Real life is only more advanced in its complexities due to the current limitations of gaming hardware. Video games are just different, but that doesn't mean that experiences within a game should be looked down upon or taken less seriously. In the end, we perceive all experiences through our brains anyway. Real life, video games, these are just mediums. The thoughts, hormonal reactions, and feelings are the inside response. Simulation or reality are the outside stimulus. And if a game can be as realistic and beautiful as GTA 5, or in the future be even more realistic and complex, then it's worth considering that that can open up an unimaginable range of possibilities as to how these experiences can be used to affect our lives. So how do you like spending time in the city of Los Santos? Do you enjoy flying a plane over the city just as the sun sets? Maybe jogging around the streets, listening in to the conversations of passers-by? Or maybe you're that person that drives a car through the city, meticulously following every traffic rule. Or most likely it's something completely different. Let us know in the comments section. And if you've enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.